Welcome to the first episode of the Weekly Roll Up, Talking Junk Network's weekly wrestling podcast. It's been a while. It's been a while that we've been plotting on doing this, and I'm glad that it's finally here. And let me let y'all know something real quick right off the bat. This is not replacing the break room. This is something that's been in the works for a long time. The break room will still be here as soon as we can get our shit together. So don't worry about that. This is a whole new entity. This is just a passion, and we are going to break down the whole week of wrestling as much as we watch, because there are a couple of things that we don't watch, but we will be mentioning them as we go along if need be. So what's going on, Mach? How you doing?
What's good? What's good? I was just we was backstage talking about what's going on with Edge and his name.
Edge's name. About? So he went when he went to AEW. He just went with his real name, Adam Copeland, and then he tried to get.
Was it copyright? Was it because of copyright issues?
Of course, they didn't let him get Edge. Edge was never his shit. He didn't make that up. That was all the WWE.
He did make up the radio superstar. They were using that.
That's why he uses it.
He's still a great fucking wrestler.
He's still the rated R. No, man.
Yeah. You don't think so? I think the only bad thing about him is the fucking mullet.
Nah,
that shit gotta go.
There's a lot that gotta go. But
okay. Why would you say that he's not as good of a wrestler anymore?
So a lot of the old school wrestlers, right? And it's not their fault. It just seems to be a sign of the times. Like they revert to a certain way of wrestling, and to me, I don't.
You say a way of
it's
wrestling.
Not appealing. Like, first of all, AEW was never supposed to be the reincarnation of WCW.
No, it wasn't.
So all them old ass wrestlers were unnecessary, and which is why they lost a lot of people. Bro. They're two people.
You have the feeling of Edge the way I feel about the Hardy Boys.
No, I feel the same way about the Hardys.
They could barely run. It was very.
You know what? I'll give Matt his due. Like in the early days of AEW, he was needed, just like Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
they needed to be there for the youth to point them in the right direction, to have the company.
Yeah. I understand that aspect.
They dropped the ball on a lot of people, which is why Ricky Starks, also known right now as Ricky Saints in NXT, defected.
Yeah, Ricky
Cargill is on Raw. Fucking All Ego Ethan Page is on NXT. Penta's on Raw. They're losing some of their star players because they're dropping the ball. Wardlow's nowhere to be found.
Okay, I was thinking. I was watching the NXT right before we got on, and I was really watching the way they wrestle. It's not that. I understand that aspect when you say that they need older wrestlers so they could give up a path, for their future. But they're not wrestling good. That's my problem. Like that. Like they're not aging well in the mat. Like let's say
right. No, I get it.
I would rather watch Ric Flair.
No, don't say that. I watched the fucking Ric Flair's last match pay-per-view. You don't.
Which one? The one with him versus.
It was him and his son-in-law, his ex-son-in-law, because they just got divorced. His ex-son-in-law versus who was it? Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
No, I'm saying, all right. No, I'm saying, I think you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. Like, how old do you think the Hardy Boys are?
The Hardys, they got to be in their 50s, bro.
gotta be like 50 something, right? Well, Ric Flair his 50s was wrestling way better than the Hardy Boys are wrestling.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
But I understand it too, because they have a different style. They fly and shit off the top rope and shit. It's different. It's a little different.
You know, bro. I was about to say, Ric Flair didn't go through as much shit in his body as the Hardys did, but I'd be lying because Ric Flair survived the plane crash and shit. So,
and the way he used to eat that turnbuckle was different.
Word.
It's different. So who you think doesn't belong in NXT in a good term? Like you believe that they should already be in a better position.
What do you mean? Like this is what's SmackDown.
Oh, live? You think they'll let us run that?
I don't know if they will. I'm trying to find a better view so that we could.
There's no way you could just. It doesn't expand. That's probably why. Damn, these wrestling fans have it good, man. They got all these shows every day, Monday through Friday, and we got something tomorrow going on too.
Yeah, tomorrow's the Elimination Chamber. That's a whole nother beast. But let's just break down the week then. Let's get into it. So Monday, right? Monday Night Raw. That shit started with CM Punk and Logan Paul coming out and going back and forth at each other. Ended with CM Punk getting slapped. Now I feel like they're gonna do something with Punk and fucking Logan Paul.
I'm pretty sure
have him eliminate.
Pretty sure they are.
He eliminated them in the Royal Rumble and then slapped the shit out of fucking Punk on Monday Night Raw, going into the Elimination Chamber, knowing that they're both gonna be in there.
So they created friction. That's what it is. That's the plot. They created friction so that they could take it into a story. Which I don't know. I'm not really a Logan guy. I'm not gonna say that his talent is there. He has talent, but just not a Logan guy.
Why not?
But I feel like CM Punk. I don't know. He doesn't look like a wrestler to me. Like I don't know. This is like it's not there, but I'm not gonna say his skill. His skill is there. He definitely knows how to wrestle. He's come a long way too. Faster than a lot of other people.
Bro, he's definitely if he stays a full timer, he's definitely gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Hands down.
I can see that.
He's definitely going to be world champion. I dare you to say he'll be Grand Slam champion. Nobody right now.
Okay.
And if he does, it'll probably be like Jey Uso.
What you think about Jey? Well, I want to stay on topic. We'll come to Jey Uso.
Yeah, we'll get to him in just a little bit. After that whole segment, Rhea Ripley had a small segment where she was talking about the championship and defending it against Io Sky, and then Io Sky came out and said some shit in Japanese, and it's going to be a pretty good match, but I don't think they're going to give the title to Io.
You think so?
She had her run with it. So? No, they're gonna save WrestleMania for a bigger match, and Rhea Ripley's definitely the bigger name.
Oh yeah, she definitely is.
There's no way you go with ground chicken if you could get ground beef.
That's so nasty. Ground chicken is black.
It's good, but it's not as good as ground beef. You know what I mean? You'd rather a regular ground beef taco than a chicken taco.
Yeah, I understand. It's crazy. Rhea Ripley, like before we move on, I think Rhea Ripley is She's a great wrestler as a female, and
No,
she
Rhea
stays in her
Ripley
character. She
is
stays in her
one of the
character.
best to ever do it, bro.
Yeah, she stays in her character. She never like gets out of her character. And she's fucking strong too. Like she got that woman buff body. It's not like it's not like China. It's not like China. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I could do that. I could still
Now
take that home.
she wanted to make it a point to get as brolic as she needed and still have that sex appeal.
Oh, she definitely got it. Especially you ever see her with no makeup?
Yeah.
Oh, she's real attractive.
Yeah, I'll school you. You know, she's married to Buddy Murphy on AEW.
Yeah, I see that guy. He reminds me
He's
of
nasty.
he reminds me of this fucking guy. He was from what's that fucking the old hardcore ECW. He was from ECW. He used to do the Perfect Suplex. Remember Mr. Perfect? I can't hear you.
Talking about Shane Douglas.
Yeah, he reminds me of Shane Douglas. Not his wrestling style, just like the way he acts.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Really.
He had a different name when he was in WCW, right?
Who, the franchise? Shane Douglas. That's what
Franchise,
his name's always been.
The franchise.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see it a little bit.
Because I was watching some videos. All right, let's move on from her.
The New Day fought LWO after that, and they completely demolished fucking Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. But then fucking Dragon Lee came out and thought he himself was gonna fucking save his 2-man crew, and he got his ass kicked. The New Day right now is on a tear in their heel run, and I fucking love it. I can't wait to see where it goes. The New Day is one of my favorite tag teams, and they are definitely the greatest tag team of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely. They've held the tag titles more than anybody.
Okay.
In history.
But what other tag teams out there you think the Usos will take it from them? They were like, if they were going to tag team with them?
Usos are definitely in the conversation of greatest of all time. But what puts New Day above the rest is that they're a 3-man crew tag team, and 2 out of 3 of those are former world champions.
Okay. But thing is, when you said Dragon Lee, I said I knew somebody was gonna take that name eventually.
He's a luchador.
I know.
He's pretty fucking good. You gotta watch him. I know there's a lot of guys you don't know right now, which is why we're doing this. So
no, say you said Dragon Lee. I'm thinking about Rafael Lopez.
What?
Our friend Rafael Lopez. That he used to call himself Dragon Lee. I was like, yo, someone's gonna take that name. Yeah, he used to call himself Dragon Lee. I was like, one day, some wrestler is gonna take that name. He says that's my name. I was like, okay. That's like when you said it, I was like, oh shit. Look, I took it. 25 years later.
Maybe it's him.
It's definitely not him. That motherfucker's in his 50s. He was like 38 when I was 20.
Yeah, it's definitely not him. Well, after that, Gunther fought Tozawa and fucking demolished him and fucking made a mockery out of fucking Otis until Jey Uso came out because they got that feud going on.
I'm not an oldest guy. I'm not. That's another dude. I'm like, yo, why he just like this big chunk of mass just there to like,
bro. They wasted him because he could have been the next Vader, bro.
Who, Otis?
Yeah. Don't sleep on Otis. Otis is nasty. You got to see his.
I gotta see more of his fight. I see like I ain't gonna lie. I see only like five of his fights, but it wasn't impressive enough for me to compare him to Vader. Vader do a moonsault,
nice, bro. He do moonsaults, bro. He does the worm, Mach.
I gotta see he's like 7-1 though. Motherfuckers, you. Oh man. I like Gunther. I've liked Gunther for a long ass time though. I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker.
I loved Gunther back when he was Walter.
Yeah, when he was chopping niggas fucking heart to the back of their spine.
He lost mad weight though. He looked like an old man now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because he lost mad weight in his face too. So he's like a skeleton. Like, he's still a good wrestler though. You can't take that away from him.
What you think about Jey Uso?
Me? Jey Uso?
Yeah, what you think about Jey Uso?
I like Jacob better than like him. I like Jey Uso better than his brother. But as becoming the champion, I don't think it's his time yet.
He has the charisma to do it, and he has the command of the crowd. And honestly, if they don't pull the trigger on Jey Uso right now, then he is never going to be world champion. I think he already went for the title like 5 times and lost every time already.
Yeah. I know they're going to give it to him. I know they're going to give. I feel like they're going to give it to him this WrestleMania, or this is where they make that pivotal movement where they say, "Oh, we're not going to give it to him. We're going to wait on it." And
I think if they would
another time,
they wouldn't have made him win the Royal Rumble though.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like if he doesn't win it this time, like how much longer is they gonna wait to give it to him? But Jey Uso is certainly a good wrestler. He has, like you say, he has the crowd's attention, and sometimes I think to myself, maybe he could just work on his mic skills just a little bit more, just a tad. He wasn't as bad as Reigns. Fuck this light keep going off. Oh, he wasn't as bad as his tribal chief. When his tribal chief first started, he had no mic skills at all. Just let you know you got your mic muted.
I know I got my mic muted.
I'm just making sure.
Nah, fucking, you're right. Roman didn't have any mic skills.
Yeah, Reigns different. It took him a while to. It wasn't like a year to. For me, it took Reigns a while. And what do you think? Like, honest opinion, what you think about Jey Uso?
I think if they don't pull the trigger right now, the whole Yeet movement is dead.
Bro, I hear grown men saying this. They come to my gym and they be like, yeet. I'll be like,
yo, once he comes out, the whole crowd is fucking pumping their arms.
Yeah, they definitely
they love him.
Yeah,
they pull the trigger on him now. If they don't pull the trigger on him now, it's over.
Yeah, they're gonna lose a lot of money. Unless the story wraps around the next year, the second half of the year.
Oh my God. This is bro. This is gonna. I wish I could show you the full match right now, but you can only see what the people on YouTube see, or we'll get fucking kicked off for copyright. Jacob Fatu is about to fight Andrade. This fucking match is about to be bananas.
Yeah,
And
Jacob
yes, this is
Fatu's
the match
not
that's
doing.
happening live right now on SmackDown as we're breaking down this week in wrestling. Where were we?
Yeah, I'm looking at his
Triple threat match. Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, and Pete Dunne. The match was pretty good, but I don't like what they're doing with Penta, honestly.
It was
They
that
watered him down already, bro.
Yeah, they got him watered down.
Horribly. He already fucking, I don't want to say he's missing a step, but they slowed him. Like they
slowed him down. They slowed down his being projected into.
Nah. I mean his style of wrestling. They slowed it.
Oh.
So when you're in the independents, you have a more of a fast paced style. I don't want to say cruiserweight because
kind of like Lucha.
Although
they do it fast paced.
Yeah, kind of like Lucha, but it's super fast paced. And when they come to WWE, they have to kind of go by their pace. And it
because they try to like make it like theater so people can see every move within itself and look at it.
I get that, but sometimes you have to let the artist be the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. In wrestling these days, too, they have a lot. Like they ring attires is so much better too. Like even though Jacob Fatu just wearing, he just wearing a regular ass t-shirt, but like the pants look better, the boots look better. Like some of them wrestle with sneakers, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like everything just like it just looks so much cleaner. NXT, like for me, we'll get to it. It's just that's some good shit about NXT. That.
So after all of that, they had the IC match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai.
Yeah,
I like Dakota Kai, but she got after all those injuries, she lost a step. She lost momentum.
Okay, and
Lyra Valkyria, she's a good choice for Intercontinental, but I think I would have gave it to Dakota Kai when she had the momentum that she had. But like I said, since she was hurt so much, I don't think they wanted to give it to her. If they don't get Lyra Valkyria a viable opponent, I don't think she's gonna
like better momentum. Like you talking about like better opponents. Okay. I think so like, too. I think
Ivy Nile she came out and she started fucking both these bitches up, but I don't know, man. Ivy Nile I don't see as a super viable contender for it. Like there are so many more worthy opponents to take this championship from Lyra than Ivy Nile.
Yeah, there are better opponents for that. And talking about that, do you think, like, what would you say was the top three opponents you think that would be up for that challenge against her? Like, there's a lot of female.
It would have to be on a Raw roster though. So let me see. Let me see who's on the
that's
Raw
what roster. I gotta get that too. I gotta get is there a place I could get the roster of all the federations? Like I want the entire roster.
You just go to the websites.
Okay, definitely will do that because I want to. Because there's some names that they don't really fight. They fight sometimes, and I need to know their names too. But we was talking about female wrestling and how it advanced so much over the years since we've come up, you know. And I think female wrestling is in a good space right now. And I feel like there's only one thing miss to me. I've been watching a lot of female. I've been watching more female wrestling than I've been watching the males. I feel like they need to practice a little bit more on the oomph of their kicks.
No, there are some women that
there are some. I'm saying like, yeah, there are some. There are exceptions, but I feel like the majority of them needs to like sell the kicks a little bit better. But everything else, like the moves, they're fucking doing it better than some men, bro. It's crazy. It's like fucking these fucking moves they doing are crazy. And then I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. You know what I'm saying? And then the only thing is that they just gotta keep growing. Do you ever think there's gonna be a point in time where there's gonna be a federation just for women, or they're gonna just always keep it?
There is a federation just for women. It's called WOW, Women of Wrestling.
But how much credit do those people have? Like, do women come from there and then they go?
A lot of them
to
make
NXT?
it to the big promotions. And to answer your questions, Shayna Baszler, hands down.
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. You want to make fucking... You could do two things right now by having Shayna Baszler feud with Lyra Valkyria. One, you could make Lyra Valkyria cement her status as Intercontinental Champion. And two, you could finally give Shayna Baszler her due, because they fucked Shayna Baszler when she came up from NXT. She hasn't done shit on the main roster notable. Hasn't held one title other than fucking a tag team title.
Okay. I feel like
so Shayna Baszler. I'd love to see her be a beast again and take the Intercontinental Championship.
So she hasn't had any singular titles, only the tag team title.
Yeah, because those mid-card titles were just made for the women. So she's never held a world title on the main roster.
So they squandering her talent then. Same way they do with Gunther and Jey Uso. Like you said, if they don't make this happen out for Jey Uso, they just squandering the opportunity of having a larger fan base come to WWE. Which they have they have the biggest fan base of all time now, right?
What?
Like there's more people watching WWE now than ever before, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but that party
it's super mainstream now. Before, it was just like a cult following.
Yeah, we was part of that cult. That's a cult that I'm actually like proud to say I was in.
Oh, speaking of cults, after that fucking match, Braun Breaker fought Dominic Mysterio.
I saw that fight.
Now, I just want to comment real quick on this match. Not on the match itself, just the people in the match. They're two Hall of Fame offspring.
Descendants,
right?
Yeah.
It speaks volumes on the sheer talent in comparison, to be honest with you. Braun Breaker is a fucking specimen, bro. 23-mile-an-hour rope run. He's fucking jacked. The only thing is he doesn't have mic skills.
He'll get there. Like, come on, if you're gonna give Roman Reigns fucking 4.5 years to get his mic skills up, you can fucking do it with
4.5 years. My dick, he had like 10 years, bro.
Yo, I was always waiting. I'm just like, oh man, my 5-year-old daughter at the time was awesome. You know, she could speak better than him. She could put sentences better than this motherfucker together. But Rob Breaker,
my man, he said suffering succotash in a promo, bro.
Yeah, I lost my. That's horrible. Oh my god! But I'm saying, when you take the spear and you take it to the level that Rob Breaker does it, yo, his spear. Like I thought nobody would ever do a spear better than Goldberg, but this motherfucker actually goes off the rope like everybody else does, whatever, or hits the corner. But he jumps in the air. He's in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that spear that he did to Mysterio's son, to David, he was literally parallel.
Dominic, bro.
He jumped in the Dominic. Damian, Dominique, Donnie, Dan. I don't really like the kid. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But he was parallel to the mat, at least 3 feet off the ground, parallel. His body was parallel. That's how he fucking speared him. And I was just like, damn, that
You gotta
spear is
make it your
sick.
own when it's been done before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but his spear is fire, bro. His spear is because I never really liked Edge's. I never really liked Edge's spear. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, me neither.
I didn't like his spear. I didn't like Batista's spear. I definitely don't like Roman Reigns was doing the spear for a little bit. He still does it.
Yeah, he still does it, but his spear's gotten a lot better than it was before.
Yeah, it was mid, OD mid. But the only one that got close to Goldberg's
I'll tell
spear,
you, he really has reached God mode.
Yeah, I see it, bro. I see how it is. But what I'm trying to say when it comes to, I'm talking about the spear. I'm talking about his skills. Just that one move. I think this is my personal opinion. I think the one person that was never gonna get beaten the way the spear was done was Goldberg. But then I come to see Rhino's spear. I kind of fell in love with Rhino's spear as well.
Nah, that wasn't a spear, bro. He told you exactly what it was. It was a gore. He tried to cut right through.
Gore. I miss that dude. But his spear
he's still in TNA, I think.
His spear was up there, top 3 spears. But I think Rob Breaker has moved into the 3rd place right now. I just love that the way how he does the spear, and like how you said, he's a fucking specimen. His acting is I like using that word acting when it comes to wrestling, but fuck it, that's the only word that's coming to mind. His acting is getting good, and I swore I saw him do a couple barks after that match. That shit got me hyped.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
bro. Just to comment a little bit on the players in that whole scenario. Carlito should have a bigger role in WWE than what he has now. They took him out of the LWO, put him in the Judgment Day, and he's now the comic relief for them. Although it works, it's still a little degrading to bring him back, the fucking son of a legend, and just fucking.
Yeah, you bring back this pure Puerto Rican. Now he's jacked. He doesn't have this soft Teletubby body no more. He's jacked now. And he knows how to wrestle. He's fucking wrestle, this guy, this fucking kid. He's not a kid no more, but you know what I mean. But he could fucking wrestle, and I feel like they're squandering him as well. And they're letting that shit go to waste. He's always been, like you say, he's always had that humorous, like kind of like Chris Jericho, kind of funny guy type.
But they kind of did that to the whole LWO though. They like it's super watered down. It's super comedic. They're using them as jobbers, all mid-card people. Maybe that's just a Puerto Rican to me. I mean, it is what it is.
No.
All right, let's try to get on with this. We're not going to even make it off Raw.
Nah, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's finish that. Whatever else comments, I'll just try to throw something in there at the end. The LWO shit is pissing me off too. But
I will say this though, Dom is a good character. They need to give Finn Balor a better push. He hasn't had a decent push in mad long, and he definitely needs to hold that world heavyweight title.
Yeah, I missed Finn Balor. I missed his whole gimmick.
I just miss when they actually gave him a push, because he's still as intense as he was from day one. They just haven't given him the push.
And he's still a great wrestler. He's just a good wrestler, bro. He's just good.
Disgusting. That's my birthday twin. Yeah. That's my birthday twin.
Yeah. Oh, you got the same birthday as you? That's awesome.
Yeah.
My birthday twin is The Rock.
For real? It's crazy.
I swear to God, same birthday. Okay.
All right, fucking.
So move on from Balor.
The Rollins and Cody promo was after that. where Cody came out.
Yeah,
I mean, Cody and Rollins were both there, and Rollins was like, he didn't want him to sell his soul. He wanted to face a pure Cody Rhodes, and Cody was like, "You're one to talk." They really didn't approach you because you sold your soul before. So who the fuck are you to tell me I can't sell my soul? Right? I want all the riches. You know what I mean? You know what I
think,
you know
what
what
you
I kind
think?
of
What you think of Seth Rollins though?
What do you mean in general?
in like where he's at right now at WWE? Like,
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, guaranteed.
okay, I
He's
agree.
earned his keep.
Agree.
He's definitely paid his dues.
Do you think he has more to show?
Yeah, yeah. Do I think he has much more to keep going?
He's still young though. He's still a fucking great
He is
wrestler.
still young, but
He doesn't
we've
have the
already
hype that
had
he once had. There's all these new
we've
faces coming
already
and taking it
had
away.
10 plus of fucking Seth Rollins, and
Yeah.
he's carried the company for him, and Roman's carried it for so long.
I'll say him
How
more than
long do
Roman
you
though.
Yeah, but how
He's
long do
carried
you
the
expect
company.
to keep seeing them before they let the new generation take over?
Uh, I would like to say, like, what you think is
Will he
the
be in the
is
title picture for years to come? Yes.
okay.
Do I
Okay,
think that
that
he needs
I keep that.
to promote better contenders for himself? Yes, he needs to do that. He needs to bring more guys up. But he does do that too. So
How
we'll
long you
see where
think
it goes from here.
Cody's
But
gonna last? You think Cody's gonna
I
do the
want
long
Cody to
run?
be healed.
Yeah, I wait for he hasn't been healed since he first came. When he first came, he was healed for
He
a little
hasn't been
while.
healed in WWE at all since he left.
Yeah, so it's been a while. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I
He
think
was
he does a
healing
great job.
AEW.
I think he does a great job at it too. I think we're ready for that.
Now I'll say the main event was the match of the night. It was the women's tag team championship match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus the champs Bianca Belair and Naomi. It was a fucking great match. Great match. And
Yeah,
I'm glad that they got the titles. So now we can see where this whole Jade and Naomi and Bianca Belair storyline goes. Because there's been reports that she said she wants to go heel. She's spoken about going heel, her being Bianca Belair. But she said if she does it, she's in it for the long run. So she doesn't want to straddle in between. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to be the
yeah,
big
yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'd love
That's
to see her go heel and be the one that fucked up Jade Cargill.
yeah. This is the third time that Rodriguez and Morgan's had the titles, right?
Yeah, the third time.
Yeah, this is the third time. Okay, so
I think this is the
base.
first time that they had it as heels though. And it's
Yeah,
perfect.
okay,
I love where they're at right now. Do I
yeah,
think they need to be with the Judgment Day? No. I think they can go out on their own and do their own thing. This whole thing with Dominic Mysterio has run its course already.
yeah. That shit need to stop.
It's time to see what Dominic could do on his own.
Yeah, he needs to uh rethink his gym his ring attire. That's about it. Get rid of that hair fucking cut he got. Clean up a little bit, and I think he'll be all right too. I don't like him, his
No,
character.
I think the
I don't like
heel
his
thing works
character.
for him.
No. I'm saying like I don't like how he plays his character. The heel does work for him. It does. Don't get me wrong. When I said earlier, I said I don't like Dominic. I don't like Dominique Damian. Remember I was fucking around, but it's because that's the response he gets from me. The way that he acts, but that just goes to show that he's doing the right thing as a heel.
This
I
is
just
going to
feel like
be a unpopular opinion to most people, but I want to see Dominic Mysterio go to NXT and live out a couple of years there become NXT champion and find himself truly to become his own wrestler.
So you want him to
But
go back down, then come back up. You think that he
but
needs
he's
a
never
little
been
more?
down. He's always been on the main roster.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically say he just needs a little more seasoning. He needs a little more holding.
Yeah, he needs to find himself and stop being everything. Well, really, he's only been his father's son and the rebellion from his father, joining Judgment Day and all of that shit. A lackey, a
Yeah.
punk. I want to see him come into his own.
They're probably
Speaking
gonna
of
move
NXT, that's what's next Tuesday night. NXT, and they open it up with the NXT Women's North American Championship match: Stephanie Vacar versus Carmen Petrovic. I caught the tail end of that.
I watched
It
that
looked
one
like a
earlier.
phenomenal match. One thing I could tell you is that the women's division on NXT is stacked more than the main roster right now. Main roster has its main players, but if they want to get some viable competition for those women, then they need to call up half these women on the NXT roster. Stephanie Vacar won the match, and then after that, Julia came out and they basically challenged each other for the next NXT pay-per-view, title versus title, winner take all. And if anybody out there knows who these two women are from the independents, or rather New Japan and CMLL and all those other high-end, not known promotions, you'll know that Julia and Stephanie Vacar were the biggest free agents a few months ago, and WWE scooped them up, and now they're gonna finally go against each other. So this is a big deal. It's gonna be a great match, and I can't wait to see that shit.
Okay.
Then after that, we get to see the whole NXTNA crossover, and the X Division champion Moose came out and he defeated Lexus King via pinfall for the title. And after that,
What you think
Obafemi.
about Moose? I was watching him. He looks like he has some spunk in him.
I've never been a big TNA fan, so I don't really know.
He had the crowd's attention, though. To be honest with you.
He did. I don't want to say he's a slouch, because I think they said he played for the NFL for like 7 seasons and then became a fucking professional wrestler.
Yeah, like who goes to
So
say
he's
what he did
definitely a
before
tough
wrestling?
motherfucker.
Yeah. Like we can't look at people's past, because look at, like we were talking about earlier, Logan Paul. Fuck was
He's
he before
definitely
that?
athletic and he's outgoing in the ring, because I've seen him hop up on the top ropes and do some shit. But let me say this, all right? Though from little things that I've seen over the years from him, like promos and shit, and he looks too bland for me of a wrestler. But I really haven't seen his body of work to judge him in the ring. So I'm not gonna fully judge him,
Okay, all right. I
other
was just
than
gonna
saying
ask you to
for
judge
me
him.
he seems a little bland.
Who would you? Who does he remind you of? That's if you could,
Moose,
yeah.
he reminds me of Ahmed Johnson.
Ahmed Johnson kind of does them,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
like a super athlete, just uses his muscle and physique to get by. Ahmed Johnson, he just had he was a powerful motherfucker too, but I could see I could
Yeah, he
see
was.
the I could see the comparison there. But,
Obafemi confronted Moose. And
yeah,
then he
the
revealed that Moose is gonna face him at Madison Square Garden at NXT title versus
yeah.
title.
I
So
was watching. That's that he's Nigerian or African or something like that, right?
yeah, and he
Yeah, that dude
this
got me hyped.
they're make they're making history though, because that's gonna be the first time in history where another promotion's title is defended on a NXT pay-per-view, which is gonna be big because it's definitely either gonna Obafemi's either going to take the TNA X Division title or Moose is going to take the NXT title. So either way, it's going to be history, and I'm there for it. But there's another TNA title that I'd like to see defended at another WWE pay-per-view, but we'll get to that at the end of the episode.
I was going to tell you that, like you say, you haven't been following TNA as well. I didn't see this week's TNA.
Yeah, I haven't been following TNA.
That's the only thing I missed out this week was the TNA. And
well, I don't have Access TV anywhere. I can't get it. I mean, I could probably pirate the stream, but it takes time.
I could find you a streaming platform where you can watch it.
Now I got a couple, but it is what it is. After that, the Hardys, man. The Hardys made their NXT debut, and they fought the No Quarters Catch Crew, Tavion Heights, and Miles Bourne. It was a pretty good showing. Fraxium came out after that to congratulate the Hardys, and then my man Santino Marella came out and said that the Hardys are going to defend their TNA tag titles against Fraxium at NXT Roadblock. So that's another TNA.
What you think about Santino being the guy running the show over there? He's doing a good job.
I love Santino, and from the clips that I see, because that's really what I see from TNA, he's been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I was watching his where he was announcing,
and the fact that his daughter's in NXT and they're using that cross-platform to have them interact together is priceless.
He's doing a good job, and they finally found something. Like, he's good at wrestling, but he was always good on that mic, man. He's doing a good job. He's doing a superb job. He's in the right place right now.
After that, we seen Ariana Grace fight Lola Vice and lose to a back fist. And now that's one woman that I think should be called up to the main roster already. Lola Vice, though, she hasn't held the title. Has she held? I don't know, because I haven't followed NXT long enough. I used to watch NXT before AEW came out, and that was when all the big players were on there. All these young kids I haven't really been keeping up with. I just started recently because of the interest in this podcast, so yes. I'll be looking out for some of the players. But
NXT for me
has definitely been somebody that I've seen highlights and all of that shit from. So she's a viable fucking candidate to go to the main roster ASAP.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of them in NXT that when I was watching the show, I was just like, there's a couple kids, a couple guys there, a couple females that I'm like, they could truly shine up top. But there are a lot of people in that federation that I'm just like, It was pretty hard to watch NXT because I just finished watching AEW and WWE where you have more seasoned wrestlers. And then when I was watching it, I just want them to get a bigger crowd too.
NXT used to be the shit, bro. And then, they had a whole revamping and Vince got his clutches on it. But I mean, everything goes through a change. Everybody goes to the main roster at some point, and then they got to start over. So this was kind of like they're starting over point, all these guys. And they've worked up their own names through the years. We just haven't watched it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I like two people in this. Yeah, NXT's always been something close to my fucking heart, bro. I went to a lot of those shows already with the kids, and it's definitely a memorable experience.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something about the main event here. We've seen Ethan Page and Wesley versus the debut of Ricky Saints and Javon Evans. Javon Evans, I've seen a couple of his matches. He's a pretty good guy. Wesley is amazing. I believe he was in TNA at one point, but he's an amazing talent. But Ethan Page was a fumble by AEW. He should have been utilized heavily, just like MJF was. And it's
what you think?
Very, very hard to say that they fucking actually fumbled Ricky fucking Starks, because they
they
had him
fucked it up.
in a prominent role until they fucking just let him slip through their fingers, and then blame it on his relationship with Cody. Yeah, his relationship with Cody got him a job after you guys fucked up.
Yeah, but
these guys,
they
Javon
tend to
Evans
do that.
and Wesley aside, they have a bright future. Fucking Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, they're gonna be main roster champions. Mark my words.
Like, so I saw Ricky Saints. I saw him fighting. I was just like, Ricky Saints. He got the look too. He got the look. He can wrestle. I say he just
He
needs to
has the
stay in the
mic
look.
skills.
Yeah, he to me is an up and comer, and I think he's in the right place at the right time. The other the guy you was just talking about, what was his name? Page.
Ethan Page, yeah, all ego.
Yeah, yeah. He. I don't think he belongs at NXT. Like, he needs to go up, like he does. Him and then Ricky's right behind him. I wouldn't say right now, not just yet, but I like Ricky. I like Ricky. Um, the other two guys, they are where they're supposed to be at. But Paige, I agree with you. I was watching him wrestle, and I just like I like how he performs, and I feel like he should be a little higher in that roster. And NXT for me has always been I'm gonna watch this so I can find new talent and talk about them and see what's up with them. It's always a great place to find great talent, like what's it called, like a diamond in the rough, basically.
I mean, it
And
was
it's
always supposed to be
that,
the
yeah,
FCW for them. You know what I mean?
good, yeah, yeah.
The developmental is always supposed to be that. It's just now they give them television exposure so they can
Get
get
their name
themselves where they need to be.
established,
Right.
get themselves established and ready for the big boys, So they say some of the big boys needs to be in NXT, but that's another conversation.
Now we move on to Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite, where the best wrestle.
AEW. I
Excuse
was
me.
impressed with AEW. Allowed to.
I love AEW, man. AEW, I started watching it since day one. It's not at the time I was kind of looking for an alternative to WWE.
Okay.
But that's what NXT was to me. And
Okay.
I don't know. Just the shift happened, and AEW was my shit from then on. Although I kind of took a hiatus from everything a
But
few months back.
we early in the year, so we don't know the agenda of all these federations. So it's like you have to be like, let's see where they go with it, because I kind of get that feeling too. AEW, I love AEW more than the other. Like for me, it's better than NXT and TNA. For me, it's but like you said, I remember watching it a couple years ago, and it was in a better place. I would say. I don't know if that's the right way to say it,
I just
but
think,
it's still
honestly,
early in the
at the
year.
end of
Let's see
this,
what
when
they
we
do.
do, if we have time to do, because I came up with a segment called Book 'em, where we'll do a fantasy booking for a single superstar through the year. And if we have time, I want to do this week's Book 'em on Dustin Rhodes, and I'll tell you how they could capitalize on the Rhodes name right now before it's too late. But let's just break down this.
Talk about Gold
We
Dust.
only have what two more days of wrestling left before we are caught up with what you can see in the screen behind us.
Smack it
Friday
down.
Night SmackDown. You see Seth Rollins, Damian
All right, let's
Priest
try
there
to
talking
let's try
to
to
each
speed it
other.
up. Let's try to speed it up. Let's do this.
So Adam
AKA
Copeland entered the arena and from the back of the ambulance looking to take out the Death Riders. And then you see MJF, his shit after that comes up, a little video package. It's showing him removing the tattoo he got of him betting on himself with AEW a few years ago when he revealed that he was going to stay here in AEW. Hangman comes in for all frantic from his I guess new pickup truck that they're trying to promote, or I don't. Sometimes I wonder if these are actually their vehicles, bro, or they're just trying to promote a fucking thing. But he came out, he fought Aaron Solo, he beat Aaron Solo's ass, and then MJF came out and starts talking shit to him, and he reveals that he attacked Christopher Daniels in the back. Christopher Daniels is bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
Where am I? I like where they're going with this whole MJF and Hangman Adam Page feud, but I want to actually see it result in a faction. I want these guys to either get together and form a faction, or I want Hangman to have his own faction.
Yeah. Okay.
After that, Renee Paquette interviewed Chris Jericho, and Don Callis interrupted him. He tried to butter up Chris Jericho, but ahead of the Brian Keith match with Will Ospreay, because they set the bouncy on Will Ospreay. So the bad apple decided to take the bounty. Have you seen this whole Chris Jericho thing? Him
I
being
was
the
just
learning tree.
I was just gonna say something else, Chris Jericho. Like, what do you think of Chris Jericho? What's your outlook on Chris Jericho? Like, do you think he should still be doing this?
I love Jericho. I think his whole
Think his time is up?
right now, yes.
And
I
then
don't think
looking
he
at
should be in the ring anymore. I do think he should still be involved, but maybe as a manager for a good young
rest,
talent. I think he
I,
had his whole shit
his
before
mic
was
his
amazing.
mic skills are impeccable though. That's the one thing you ain't never gonna take away from that man. But him in the ring with his sloppy ass body, it just it's just like, come on. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he
When he had the inner circle, and then he had the inner circle 2.0, or was it
yeah.
the Jericho Appreciation Society?
Yeah.
Those two things
That was
were
fucking
perfect.
clever. Yeah. But
After that,
I think it's time.
it kept getting watered down.
I think it has run its course. I think it's over with.
Yeah, it's run its course.
Yeah, he needs to
Definitely.
shift his professionalism into put
But
his
the
mouth
Will
to the mic
Ospreay
more.
Brian Keith match was a good fucking match, actually. Well,
Yeah.
I think you could. There's a lot. That's what I like about AEW. Unless they bring somebody in that really don't know the feel of the wrestlers that are on the roster, anybody can meld good together on that roster. And to their fast paced style is amazing
Great.
in every
Yeah, it's
match. That
great.
technique it awes. You know what I mean?
You know what it is though? Is I feel like people that understand the dance between two wrestlers, like people like me and you, like I understand the dance and the moves, how you go into one move, just flow, has this continuity into the next move. Um, so when you have that knowledge, or just have that experience watching wrestling over the years and actually participate in wrestling as we did when we was younger, um, you people like me and you, we love that fast pace. We love that fast pace. We just love it. It's just like a real. I don't know. It's to me, it's like beautiful dancing, bro. Like, hey, you can just see it all happening before it happens, and when it's in a fast pace, it's just more up to our speed.
Yeah, it's definitely a dance, and I love the artistry of it.
Yeah, and it's like some other people don't understand it. They just be like, oh, they'll make fun of it, or they just don't like it because they don't understand it. It's just when you see the fluidity of it and you just watch it, it's just It's so beautiful. I'd rather watch fast pace, hands down, every time. That's just me. It just, and it's also nostalgia for watching Lucha Libre on Sundays with my father. It's another thing too. So watching those
Yeah,
motherfuckers
and I
go
like
at it.
how they it might be besides New Japan, one of the only companies that are going to do any business with AEW right now is CMLL. So seeing those luchadors come over and
Kick ass.
just the contrast in styles, how they meld together is fucking amazing. I
It's
love AEW
the
is
versatility. Like it's just that company. Like it's just real malleable. It still has so much flex to it. But like you said, it also has that fast pace that people with a more deeper understanding of wrestling could fucking really enjoy. Like I love
right.
it. I love it. That's what I was to say.
One thing I'll
AEW
never
is my favorite.
understand is
What
who's your favorite?
I say AEW was my second favorite to WWE. You would say like for right now. You would say
I definitely would rather watch AEW over some of the stuff that WWE puts out, but that's neither
yeah,
here nor there.
yeah. I could agree with that too. But
Uh,
you was gonna ask me a question.
I don't remember what I was going to say. I'll just move on the card.
Now, let's do it.
WWE World Tag Team Championship #1 contender match saw the runners defeat the Murder Machines in Brian Cage and Lance Archer. There's one thing that I would never understand about AEW is I can understand it. I don't know why I say that, but let me explain.
Why
They
you did
have
why they did it.
so many massive amounts of talent there that can take their company to higher heights, and they fumble these people all the time. And I get it because they don't have the right people either writing these stories or approving better ones, but
Yeah.
they need to get on the ball because
Who they have up to, who they have up in the committee? Who's up there? Like who's the one that's creating these matches right now?
I know Dean Malenko used to be there. I don't know if he's still there.
Nah, if Dean Malenko's there, it would have been way better because that motherfucker's a genius too. I don't know. Dean Malenko's one of my favorite. To me, he was one of my favorites back then. But Dean Malenko probably
Look,
isn't there because it doesn't look like it's ran by that guy.
some things they do right and some things they do wrong, and I get it. Not everybody's gonna get
Yeah,
everything right because even WWE still fucks up. But they are fumbling a lot of good talent. Like Brian Cage and Lance Archer should not be jobbing for Turbo, Floyd, and Truth Magnum. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
They need a little bit of they need a little bit of policy when it comes to the guys up top
Right.
in that federation. They need to work on their story, put the guys where they belong. You know, say you don't feed a king tuna fish. You gotta give him caviar. Yeah.
The next match saw the Undisputed Kingdom take out Daniel Garcia and FTR. This feud is juicy. Like I love Daniel Garcia. I love FTR and Undisputed Kingdom all in its own. Just again, some of it is fumbled because of poor storytelling or poor execution on some things.
Poor,
A
poor
lot of it was
producing.
injury, but they should, yeah, or producing. You're right. But Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Matt Taven, and fucking I could never remember Maria Canales' husband's name, but they all should have been more prominent on the card a long time ago. Let
Yeah.
alone fucking Daniel Garcia. And if they don't put him in a position, him and Jack Perry are going to leave that company for WWE real soon. I'll tell you that. After that, Harley Cameron defeated Deonna Purrazzo which is another thing. Their women's division is in dire need of a rejuvenation. And it's not even a whole fire everybody, rehire people type of situation. They just need better storytelling to bring these women into a more prominent role on the card because they have a stacked women's division. They can get it done. But you really shouldn't have Harley Cameron defeat fucking the likes of Deonna Purrazzo unless you're really going to push Harley Cameron. You had the chance to push Harley Cameron when she fought Mercedes Moné, and that was your chance to get Mercedes into the big title picture with fucking what's wrong with my brain tonight?
Too
many names. No, it's
slow down, buddy.
Too many names tonight.
Well, yes,
Tony Storm.
You was getting my.
You want to get your two biggest women. You want to get your two biggest women characters for the big championship. So you need to already kill the fucking 2-year-long feud you had with fucking Timeless Tony Storm and get her to fight Mercedes already because this needs to happen. Get fucking Dr. Britt Baker back if her health is good. We need her too.
There's a lot of things that these new federations, they're not new, but newer to WWE, obviously. That they do with these wrestlers, because I remember them taking super long with Eddie Guerrero. They took very long with Eddie Guerrero. We got him as a champion, and then he dies. My thing was he should have had that belt maybe a year or 2 years beforehand. And that mistake WWE made with him, I feel like they're doing that now with these other federations. There's a lot of opportunities.
It's just poor storytelling, to be honest with you. Some things they get good, some things they get bad. But it's more bad than good at this point. Even though I still love the product, and it's just the storytelling that sucks, not the matches.
Yeah.
Then the main event was the AEW International Championship. Champion Konosuke Takeshita defeated challenger Orange Cassidy in a hellacious match. Yo, I love them both, and they never disappoint when they're in the ring, ever. The
performance level is there, bro. It's like we've been saying this most of this fucking podcast today. It's the production, it's the story. We need Mel Gibson freaking type storytelling up on here.
I promise you, I could write a good story for at least one wrestler. Just give me a chance, Tony. Let me do it.
I have that faith for you, bro. Because your imagination fucking wanders like a motherfucker, and I believe that's true. But maybe they'll get somebody to write these stories a lot better, man. I'm hoping so. But wrestling will always be the most beautiful thing, like I've seen for a while. Like just when it comes to me, it's always been a sport. People still want to say it's not. They just call it entertainment. To me, it's a sport because you're dealing with athletes.
Right.
But it's crazy, man. Like you said, if they get these stories, bro, they'll have even more of an explosion of fans coming from every angle, But I think that's been like the core thing of our podcast today is the talent's there. Where the fuck is the story?
The storytelling.
Yeah.
But that's usually where my wrestling week ends until SmackDown and Saturday night Collision. Because like we said earlier in the show, neither one of us can find where to actually watch TNA other than trying to pirate it on a site. But I will read off to you the card and the winners of the card and the people that I know on here that are actually big contenders or big characters that I've seen clips of and shit, or actually seen wrestle.
We should
We should
what we should do next week. We should recap SmackDown since SmackDown is running as we're doing our show. We should recap it first day.
Yeah, we could. I agree. We should recap uh Friday night SmackDown, Saturday night Collision, the pay-per-view, and then the weekly wrestling.
Yeah, we could do that. And we have Elimination Chamber tomorrow, so we could do that too.
Definitely, definitely,
You're gonna watch it?
definitely. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, watch it too.
A lot happened on TNA, and a lot that I haven't been following, so I'm not gonna get into the segments and the stories that are happening because I have no fucking idea what's going on. I don't watch TNA at all. I haven't
I,
watched TNA since the early days of TNA, so
I
I'll
concur.
just let you know what the card was. And the card scene for its first match, Mike Santana defeat Oro Menza of NXT by a spin the block, whatever the fuck that is. I've seen Mike Santana. Mike Santana was in AEW with his partner Ortiz. They were part of Jericho's faction, but they came from TNA originally. They were the new LAX with Conan. After that match,
Yeah,
it seen Tessa Blanchard defeat Kelsey Heather via pinfall of Buzzsaw DDT. Tessa Blanchard is a great athlete, and she would have definitely been in WWE already, fighting for championships against Charlotte Flair, which is a dream match for me if it wasn't for her backstage etiquette, because there's a lot of people that hate her. They think she's racist, disrespectful, and all
who
this other
Flair?
fucking shit. No, Tessa Blanchard. Just look her up.
No,
That's
no,
fucking Tully Blanchard's daughter.
no. I've seen her before. Oh, I
Bro,
didn't know
she
that
was
about her
fucking
though.
TNA World Heavyweight Champion at one point. The
She was the
men's division.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's intense. Yeah, I wish I was different. I didn't see that.
I didn't see any of that. I've seen clips. That's how I know.
So you say
Next
people
match
saying
was
she's
Steve
racist.
Macklin. What was that?
So that people are saying she's racist, might be racist.
Just look up, when you get a chance, look up the controversy behind her.
Okay, I
One
got you.
thing I don't want to try to do on this podcast is try to get into the controversy of these wrestlers. We'll talk shit about their character and
Yeah,
their whole style of wrestling before we talk about what happens backstage. Fuck all of
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Let's move on.
Steve Macklin defeated Casey Navarro with AJ Francis via pinfall, KIA. TNA Knockouts Championship, loser becomes personal concierge. Seen Spitfire, Luna, and Jody Threat versus Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance, which Ash by Elegance used to be Dana Brooke. I don't know if you remember Dana Brooke from WWE.
Yeah,
They
I,
lost.
okay.
Mance Warner defeated Sami Callihan via disqualification. Frankie Kazarian defeated Ace Austin via pinfall. And Oba Femi, NXT champion, with the Hardys, defeated via pinfall Moose and who the fuck? Oh, Moose and the System, Brian Mayers and Eddie Edwards.
You think that NXT is gonna consume TNA or TNA is gonna consume NXT?
I feel like TKO already has a stake in TNA.
Yeah,
So they're basically a product of WWE already. Which brings me to the end of we're nearing the end of our episode.
okay,
And I want to talk about the Elimination Chamber for a little bit. Uh
okay. Let's
it's gonna be
do.
a good Elimination Chamber, right? Let me pull up the card real quick so we can get our thoughts in on that.
You think the women's chamber is gonna be better than the men's chamber?
It has been for a year or two.
Okay, all right. I love the fucking elimination chamber. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, so let's see what the match card is gonna look like.
The first time we ever seen it, we watched it together. It was
So it
cute.
says the first thing on the card is gonna be The Rock looking for his answer from Cody Rhodes about selling his soul. Now I don't think it's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen, but
That's what we
I don't
going
think
for. I want Cody to go heel, man. You think if he
I
goes
want
heel,
Cody
he's
all
gonna
heel
use?
too.
You think he's gonna use the final bosses route, like go that way to go heel, or would he pretend to be
I
heel?
honestly feel like he needs to do it before the crowd turns on him like they did in AEW.
Yeah, I think he needs to do that. I think for me, they might be using this as a disguise so that Cody Rhodes can manipulate the tribe to get what he wants out of it, which I don't
I
really
feel like
want.
they're using it more to keep him as the next John Cena.
Yeah, I just see him as a better wrestler than John Cena. Sorry, I'm just sorry. If people might hate me for saying that, but
He is, but what I'm saying is character wise, you keep him as a baby face his whole career for the rest of his career.
yeah,
But I'd
uh,
love to see it. Especially if you're gonna make John Cena win the Elimination Chamber and go against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, then I want to see a heel Cody Rhodes go against a fucking game fucking John Cena.
yeah, I would definitely love to see that. That'd be awesome. But then Cody will probably lose, or they'll probably have him win and make him even uh fall deeper into the heel position. Because
I feel
if
like
he beat,
somehow it's just gonna go bad for him anyway.
why you have that feeling?
Because
It's been
everything so far with Cody and The Rock has been bad for Cody, except for Cody winning the title.
yeah. The Rock is too much of a name. It's like
What do you think about The Rock having more
position.
power in the company than any McMahon?
I love it. I don't know, man. I just always like, he was a minority. You know what I'm saying? Like, his dad was a minority. He was a black man. I don't know. I like it. I like
The
seeing that
fact that
shit.
he acknowledges too that he basically owns WWE is bananas.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just like, bro, they kissed it on the button when they said the final boss. It's hilarious, but it's so fucking it's just good, bro. I just love that. And if he wasn't as fucking brolic as he is, I would have been like, yo, you you'll say you're doing too much. They're doing too much. But he's still in good shape.
He's definitely
Mother,
lost a step in the ring though.
yeah, because he's fucking tight. You see how fucking he used to do this?
He just needs to be the next Mr. McMahon, and that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the fluidity because he's so big now. And he's older as well. So it's like, but the step in the ring is not really like, I think they're using him to do what you're saying, like make him the next McMahon. But I think it's a good look for the company, and I think if Cody Rhodes keeps fucking with him, I hope they don't trample Cody Rhodes' career because I actually like the kid now. I used to hate him before. Like,
No,
what you
I'll
about
tell
to
you,
touch
once
on?
he left WWE, I followed his career outside of WWE from what he did on the independents to what he
Yeah,
did in New Japan and to come over here to ROH and to TNA and then to fucking start AEW. Bro, he's paid his dues. He's held world titles all over the promotions in
yeah.
the
I
fucking
started
states.
liking
And
him in TNA. When I used to watch TNA, and that's when I kind of like started liking
he
him. I was
fucked
like,
himself in AEW by saying he'd never go for the world title. So he never held the world title before he left. But it is what it is. The men's elimination chamber. It sees John Cena versus CM Punk versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul. Who do you have in this fight? Who do you want to see win, and who do you know is gonna fucking win?
I want, and I would like to see Seth win. 'Cause I feel like we were talking about this earlier. I want him to like uh, get his name back up there, but I don't. I know he's not gonna win. I don't like even seeing Priest in this fight. People love him. I don't. Logan Paul's good. I don't want him to win though. I just want the whole John Cena thing, and I want it too. Once you gave me that idea, like, oh, I want to see Rose and John Cena at WrestleMania, you sparked something in me. Like, that's what I want to see now too. So I'm hoping John Cena wins, not because he's my favorite. My favorite in that entire match is Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. He's if he wins, I wouldn't be mad. Like I wouldn't be mad if he wins, but like I'm just like okay. Like I don't see what they're doing with him. Like I feel like they fumbling.
Right, he's kind of lost in the shuffle right now.
Yeah, like they fumbling him. He's a good ass wrestler too for his size and all, but
yeah,
I'm not a Priest guy. Priest is my least favorite. Like if he wins, I'll be upset. I'd rather Paul win than fucking Priest. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think Priest will win, but I don't know, man. Priest.
You like Priest? You like Priest?
He kind of holds a place in my heart just because
I had that feeling you did. I had that feeling
just
you
because
did.
He's a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. Like, there's a lot that he has to.
That's why I like him, but hell no. So that's it. He doesn't get me yet.
He has a lot of room to improve.
I
don't think he should focus on being the Undertaker. I think he should focus on being Damian
Bro, bro, you hit it on the money. I was trying to compare to somebody. He's the Black Undertaker, Puerto Rican Undertaker.
No, they called him the
overgiver,
bisexual Undertaker.
The overgiver. What? He's gay?
They called him the bisexual Undertaker on the internet.
That's horrible. Look, yo, I'm sorry, Priest. It's a Puerto Rican gay bisexual Undertaker. He's the overgiver.
So I think honestly,
who you want to see and who you think's gonna win.
I think it's gonna be obvious that John Cena will win the chamber. Something's gonna happen to where it's CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and fucking Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I honestly don't see where this is gonna go with Logan Paul and Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre unless they all end up fighting each other at Mania for some reason. But who I would like to see win this chamber would probably be, just to shake things up, would probably be Logan Paul.
Okay.
And not even, I don't know. That's hard, honestly, because
I want Seth to win, but I know he's not.
Do you want maybe CM Punk, honestly?
CM Punk.
I don't want John Cena to win, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't want John Cena to win.
I don't want him to win either. I don't want him to win. I don't want John Cena to win, but I feel like
CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania would slap.
It would
slap hard.
I think their wrestling skills complement each other as well too.
Which is probably where I see them taking it if something were to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you want Logan to win, but you think CM Punk?
Nah, I want CM Punk to win, to fight.
Okay.
Fight Cody. But I know that's not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be John Cena.
I wouldn't be mad.
And the only reason why I want Punk to win the chamber to fight Cody is so John Cena will lose, come out on Monday Night Raw, and tell the fans he fucked up. You know, his run is over, his WrestleMania is over. He got to forget about it now. You know what I mean? His retirement run has ceased to exist. And then you hear the music of TNA World Champion Joe Hendry, and he comes out and tells John Cena, no, he still has a dog in this fight in the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and he will challenge John Cena at WrestleMania and put his title on the line.
That's what you want.
That's what I want.
Okay.
Really badly.
And you think
I
John
want
Cena
John
wins
Cena
this?
to win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship for his 17th title.
Has he held the TNA championship title?
John Cena has never held any title outside of WWE.
Oh, okay. I'll be fired too to see that. I could see that happening. That'd be fire too. Having his
I
last
want to see
title.
it so bad because it makes a lot of sense and a lot of history to have something like that happen. And then you get so many things that'll appeal to the fans. Joe Hendry putting his title on the line in a historic WrestleMania match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and potentially the opportunity for John Cena to beat Ric Flair's historic 16 title reign with his 17th title win.
God.
Then you have fucking CM Punk finally fulfilling his dream of headlining WrestleMania against the guy who fulfilled his dream and completed his story last year at WrestleMania. I say you fuck CM Punk at that point and then have Cody Rhodes win, but still, that's neither here nor there.
That's fucked up. Look at that. That story just fucking took a turn. I was like, damn. I thought he was gonna go with CM Punk
I
all the
just
way.
don't agree with. I've
You wanna-
always loved CM Punk, but I don't agree with what he did exiting AEW. And I've seen the footage of that whole shit with Jack Perry. And yes, I might not know the story personally, and I might not know the circumstances surrounding the slap or the feelings surrounding the animosity with him and Jack Perry. But from what I observed in a video, I think CM Punk was wrong for that altercation. Again, there was no audio. It's just solely what I observed from the video.
Okay.
But I don't know. He's WWE tried to paint him as a cancer when he left. AEW
Do you think that
painted
he's
him
the
as
Bret
a
Hart of
cancer
this
while he was
generation?
there.
I felt like
Do
he
I
was
what?
supposed to. I felt like he was supposed to be the Bret Hart of this generation. Like
I
with
feel
the
like
whole
if he didn't ruffle so many feathers
as Bret Hart.
personally,
Yeah. But I'm saying like when it comes to the story, I
I mean,
have
he's
that.
already, honestly, in my opinion, surpassed Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Character wise, like, and popularity wise, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he seems to have people dislike him personally everywhere he goes for a reason.
Yeah. I mean that's part of his gimmick, don't you think?
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not.
We did say we're not gonna go into their
Maybe
personal life. But you'll see a punk
maybe
you a
we'll do.
dick.
Yeah, I think we did a episode on CM Punk in the break room.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. I like
Well,
CM
the
Punk,
next
man. I like his rebellious fucking statue. I like that shit. I would like this entire like outcome, like how you brought it up. I would really like to see that because you made it so interesting. Like I would like to see this all happen. See a Punk win. John Cena go.
I don't think that CM Punk thing is going to happen with Cody. In this elimination chamber, it really doesn't make any sense on what they're doing storyline wise to have anybody here fight Cody Rhodes for the title other than John Cena, to be honest with you. Because the CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns triangle is too appealing to let go, especially with CM Punk holding a favor over Paul Heyman's head. So
So
you
what
got to
happens
know if
if
it's going to be a three-way versus Rollins, Reigns and Punk, the favor is more than likely going to be that Paul Heyman comes out with CM Punk and not Roman Reigns.
So what happens if Seth wins? What do you think the story goes from there?
He's definitely if he wins, something's going to happen with him and Roman.
Okay.
Making it I could almost see this becoming a fatal four-way between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes for the World Heavyweight Championship, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
That fight does not go well for Cody Rhodes. Or for it.
I think if Cody Rhodes could win that, it solidifies his toughest feat as a champion yet.
Oh yeah.
I mean his toughest
match.
Fuck. It's becoming too late for me.
I see.
Defense. His toughest defense.
Yeah. That'd be crazy, bro. That'd be a hell of a fucking match. We haven't had a four-way in WrestleMania in a while, right? Like for the title.
I don't remember when the last one was, to be honest.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2000. WrestleMania 2000 was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Big Show, and Mankind, I think.
Well, after the men's elimination chamber, we got to preview the women's elimination chamber. Sees Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan.
Who you got winning, and who you want to win?
This is a loaded question, all right? I feel like Alexa Bliss is going to win.
Okay.
I think Liv Morgan needs to win.
I think the same thing. I want Liv Morgan to win, but I don't think she will win. Because Rodriguez, something's going to happen. Rodriguez is in this, right? With her? Her tag team partner's in there with her? No, okay.
No, she's not.
I heard you. I swore you.
Roxanne Perez.
Oh. All right. But maybe Liv Morgan.
I want Bianca Belair to win.
Yeah, she could fight.
Because I want her to turn heel when they show that it was her that fucked up Jade Cargill.
She does have a face for heel. I think like her being heel is just a better look for her too.
I want her to win, and then I want Jade to come out and fuck up Bianca Belair. So it looks like Jade Cargill's the heel.
Yeah.
And then they come out on fucking Raw and they reveal that it was Bianca all along that injured Jade. And boom, right then and there, you have another turn.
So you think Bliss is gonna win, but you want
I think Bliss is gonna win, but I think Bliss is gonna win. I think Liv needs to win, but I think Bianca's gonna win. I mean, I want Bianca to win.
Okay.
Bliss for the win, WWE status. Bianca's my pick to win, but I think Liv needs to win.
I can see the same outcome, but I'd rather see Liv win, and I want Bianca to win too. But I would rather see I'd rather see Liv win that match. And I think Bianca needs it so she can go heel. And I don't know if they're gonna give it a Bliss though. I don't have that. I haven't seen enough to say she's gonna win. But why do you think they're gonna give it to Bliss though? I don't know.
She's just returning from maternity leave. And they wanted to put the Wyatt Six in a prominent position. And it hasn't really taken off like they wanted it to. So the best way to do it is to give the title to Alexa Bliss and have her be the leader of the Wyatt Six.
I like the Wyatt Six.
I mean,
we didn't talk about that either. I think that's an outcome that could happen. It's just there's a lot of stories there. There's a lot of stories in that match. So like whoever wins is gonna create a new story.
Is there's really nothing in that match, to be honest. And you got to
But
think who's really the champion right now. It's fucking Rhea Ripley. So who has the most to gain from being in a feud with Rhea Ripley right now? You could, and honestly, all three of those women that I just named, if Bianca turns heel,
yeah,
would be the only people that could go against Rhea Ripley as heels, because Rhea Ripley is not a heel right now. She's a babyface, so you need a heel to go against her. Do you put Liv Morgan to go against her at WrestleMania again? She didn't go against her at WrestleMania this year, but she went
but she
against
went
her at
at
one of these pay-per-views.
SummerSlam. They went and that Liv Morgan. That's when Liv Morgan beat her, took the belt from her. At
Do you do
SummerSlam.
Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley with the
Yeah,
Wyatt Six and overpower her? Or is
yeah.
Bianca Belair turning heel and fucking going
I see.
against Rhea Ripley
I
at
see.
WrestleMania
I see
more appealing?
Bianca. I see both those stories. Bianca and Bliss going against. I would like to see Rhea Ripley go heel, maybe joining the Y six. That'd be something.
Nah, I doubt she'll do it.
I thought she'd do it, but what you know, I don't know. I think, like you said, I'm gonna go with you because you have a little bit more information on this. But I think probably Bliss, like you said, Bliss is probably gonna be the one that's gonna win. But Bianca would
The last match,
go.
go ahead, Bianca with what?
I think Bianca and Rhea Ripley would probably be a better story if Bianca goes heel, which she would if she wins. Because like you said, it don't make no sense having two baby faces fight each other, or maybe they have some story behind that. Who knows?
I mean, that's just me.
You always like it
Last
like
match,
that. You always like
like
you don't
who?
like you don't like seeing two heels and two baby faces going at it, or you just always
It
like
just
having one.
doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It never makes sense on any feud. Somebody always has to be a good guy. Somebody always has to be a bad guy, even if somebody's an anti-hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I can see where you're coming from. So the final match
Two more.
is
There's two more matches on that card. Second to last is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I know Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus are probably going to win that match, but I'd like to see them lose it just to give Tiffany Stratton some more diversity
I
because
didn't even know Trish
she's
Stratus
very
has
fucking
returned.
talented. Huh?
I didn't even know Trish Stratus returned.
She's there on and off for certain things. But look up Tiffany Stratton when you get a chance. Look up her highlights and stuff. She really is the real deal.
Okay. Tiffany.
After that, the last match, because they will be turning off the lights. They will be letting everybody know that this match is not sanctioned by TKO or the board of directors for WWE because this match is unsanctioned. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I don't know why they did this other than to give these two best friends a WrestleMania moment together, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But
That's
it kind of makes no sense. Yeah, I get it. He didn't help Kevin Owens against Cody Rhodes in the pay-per-view last month for Royal Rumble, this month for Royal Rumble. But it still doesn't make sense to me on why they're feuding.
I like Kevin Owens though. I've always did. Low key. Loki.
They're always good together. It's gonna be a great fucking match.
It's probably gonna be a great match, but like you said, I want to see what they're doing with it because they're still friends, right?
In real life, yeah, but it's bro, they've had so many feuds already. It's like, why are you gonna keep recycling the same ones other than the chance to give them a WrestleMania moment together? And if that's the case, then I respect it. But
Okay.
it's I get it. It's hard right now for WWE. They have so many players and not
Yeah.
enough storylines.
Yeah, they have to start mending some of the storylines or have some of those branches for a while, cross each other, and then just so they can keep it together. You know,
Right.
let's say probably start some beef with the Wyatt Six and Tribe. Let's say see what happens with that. You know what I mean?
That right there was your weekly roll up of wrestling.
First time. Let's go.
Not too bad, not too shabby.
Not
But
too
before we
shabby.
get out of here, I do want to do, and I'll have a graphic at some point for it, a little video for it at some point. But this I want to last little 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I want to talk about the Book'em segment because I want to give this time for me and you each week to take a person on the roster and project them into the future if you were writing the story for them.
Okay.
And I'll show you what I mean by taking this week's book 'em. You can get next week's by any person on any roster in any company of your choice, and you project them in their company for a year's time.
Okay. I could do that.
I want to pick Dustin Rhodes this week.
Gold Dust?
Because I think Dustin, Gold Dust.
Yeah. Gold Dust. Yeah. Yeah. I want to hear this.
So he's in AEW/ROH right now. And I think if Tony, this is my plea, all right? Listen to this right now. Give me the chance to prove to you that I can write for you, bro. I will take Dustin to the next level in 1 year's time and make him the most sought after talent. I can guarantee you he will be number one on the PWI list of that year. Now, all you have to do is have him turn heel. Hear me out.
Okay.
That's the first thing he's going to do is turn heel on Sammy Guevara. And it's only going to be on Sammy Guevara. And it's going to be in one of the most disrespectful ways you can think. He's going to stay with the Von Erichs. He's going to vacate the ROH championships, and he's going to take his talents to AEW. And he's going to project his sights on the AEW World Championship. Now, the reasoning that he's going to keep the Von Erichs is because you obviously want a young tag team up and coming, but you also want Dustin to have his muscle. So now you have the Natural, who doesn't have face paint anymore. He's suited up in whatever fashion he wants. Think JBL of 2025. Except Dustin, and a lot more cleaner, a lot more like Dusty, but a heel. You know what I mean? Very fucking dapper, right? And you have him through the year pick off all the little baby faces that he can. Little feuds here and there just to gain his notoriety as a heel. At the same time, you want to build somebody like, let's say, I don't know, Orange Cassidy, or like you're doing now, you're building Hangman Page as a face. Whoever you can to take the title from, or even fucking Edge. There you go. Edge wins the title Adam Copeland, the Cope, rated R superstar Cope, beats Jon Moxley for the title. He's on a huge babyface tear, but now you got this up and coming heel that is being despised through the company right now for his actions, his deplorable actions to the top. You suit him up, you have him take jabs at his own brother who is in another company on how he's going for the most prized possession that his brother will never touch, the AEW World Championship. You make it so disrespectful that even you hate to love Dustin Rhodes, and you give him the chance to take the title from Edge at the end of the year from this whole buildup of hatred. And he takes the title from Copeland and goes on a tear. Another year-long undefeated tear with his little faction in the Von Erichs, and dare I say, throw muscle in there. I don't know, fucking Wardlow, anybody. You give him a heater. Sort of like what you did to Jon Moxley, but don't give him a female heater. And if you give him a female heater, it has to be Chris Statlander or that new signing that you had. Either way, you build Dustin to be the biggest heel that you can and give him the one chance to have his heavyweight title run in AEW and make it the most disrespectful you can. Because, Goldust has had his run-ins as a heel here or there, but it's always been comedic. If you give Dustin the chance to be a natural heel, I can guarantee you are going to be selling tickets all over for them to see the natural Dustin Rhodes suited, booted, and ready to fucking go.
That's awesome. I would love to see that come to fruition. That's fire. I've always liked Dustin Rhodes. I've always liked him. Even his,
he's never really had a chance, bro.
Yeah, he's never really had a chance. That was my next angle. As a natural, like you say, like, no face paint, no fucking, just being a fucking, and he has everything. He has everything. He has the wrestling skill.
He was the original American Nightmare, and then fucking WCW was bought out by WWE, and all of that was fucking nixed.
Yeah, he probably just sold it to his little brother and said, "Hey, listen, try this."
His brother asked him for it. There's a whole, they explained it over the internet. You can find it, but don't even give him the chance to be the American Nightmare. Who gives a fuck? Right? He doesn't want to live in his brother's shadow. He doesn't want to live in his father's shadow.
He's the natural.
He is the natural.
The natural Nightmare. Yo,
right? Stop making him be half the natural and half fucking Goldust. Take all that face paint off. Get rid of that stupid ass jumper. I'm telling you. Think about JBL back in the day. Wow, as soon as he turned heel and was ready to go for the world title.
Yeah.
That's what you want. But turned up to fucking a million.
So what he does once he conquers AEW, do we see a fight between him and his younger brother? His younger brother is just going.
Now, as much as I want to tell you, I would love to see him leave the promotion so he can fight his brother or something similar.
Yeah.
What I can tell you for sure is that he will be one of the most sought after talents after his run.
Yeah, definitely. That's it, man. If they're not gonna do it now, they're never gonna do it.
Not right.
They gotta do it now.
Don't waste it.
He only has, let's be honest, he only has a few more years in him. I say 6-7 more years. Why not do it now?
Give the natural a chance.
Hashtag let's go natural.
There you have it. That concludes episode number 1 welcome to the weekly roll up. Let us know what you guys think on the Instagram page under the advertisement for this week's episodes on Talking Junk Network. And we will keep you informed all week long on what the next episodes are going to be like. Talking Junk, the weekly roll up, and when and where the break room will return. Until then, it's finisher time. Make sure you grab them, pin those fucking shoulders down, and if they kick out and they get back up, you roll them up, grab them tights, and end the fucking match. We love ya. We might do an Elimination Chamber viewing tomorrow live. Lamb Chops, take it away, babe.
Thank you for tuning in to Talking Junk Network.